A move being made to ask the court in Dominica to postpone next week's general elections. And in sport, West Indies win the inaugural test against Afghanistan inside 3 days. I'm Dawn Paris, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Friday, November 29th, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Advancing our development agenda through innovation, industry, and investment. That was the theme for the Tobago Economic and Business Outlook Conference 2019. This year's conference examined solutions for some of Tobago's most pressing economic challenges and provided an update on the island's development agenda.
We chose this theme because we firmly believe that innovation, investment, and industry are integral to advancing our island's development.
We've got a huge fan base. They're all into the off-road racers, and a lot of the people that I race against also race in the Baja racing, so it's a very easy transition. And we worked on this barrel roll. It's basically taking a Baja-style truck and spinning it in the air, 4,500-pound truck, spinning it in the air and landing it on the ground. Nobody's ever done that before. Yeah, we worked on that for 4 years, and we decided to roll it out down at Ensenada, and it was really well received.
The High Court in Dominica will next Monday hear an application from 7 individuals who are seeking a postponement of the December 6th general election in Dominica. The group, represented by a legal team led by former Antigua and Barbuda Attorney General, Queen's Counsel Justin Simon, wants the polls pushed back to February. They've named Dominica's President Charles Savarin, the Chief Elections Officer, the Cabinet of Dominica, the Attorney General, and the state-owned DBS Radio as respondents. High Court Judge Justice Bernie Stevenson will hear the matter on Monday, but it came up for direction today. Cara Shillingford, one of the attorneys representing the 7, says the applicants are asking that a hold be put on the election until several issues are addressed.
Okay, it's an application before the court for leave to apply for judicial review of the decision of the president not to adjourn polling day in light of numerous errors and numerous irregularities which we have pointed out in our application. It is also an application for an order that the Electoral Commission and the Chief Election Officer sanitize or clean the register of electors before the next general election so that we can have in Dominica free and fair elections.
The applicants have also filed an interim order against the state-owned DBS Radio, restraining it from discriminating against any political party or candidate in the upcoming election in any way. The applicants have in the past joined the main opposition United Workers' Party in calling for electoral reform, but the Dominica Labour Party administration has accused the opposition of preventing the necessary legislation from being debated in the Parliament. Meanwhile, Justice Stevenson will this afternoon hear arguments as to whether she should recuse herself from hearing the matter. Shillingford has written to the Chief Justice of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, Dame Janice Pereira, asking that the application be assigned to a judge other than Stevenson. She said the reason for the request is that Stevenson delivered a judgment in 2008 in a matter involving Prime Minister Roosevelt's carrot, which is being appealed and which is closely related to this case. Attorney for the respondents, Lennox Lawrence, says he's not surprised at the request. Well, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines government says no date has yet been set for the start of the amnesty for persons who've grown marijuana illegally to sell their produce while avoiding prosecution. Minister of Agriculture Saboto Caesar told Parliament yesterday the government has also not yet determined the duration of the amnesty. He was responding to questions from opposition Member of Parliament Roland Matthews. Matthews had noted that since December 2018, legislation to declare a period of amnesty for marijuana cultivation and possession was passed in the House of Assembly. But he said to date, the amnesty period has not yet been declared, and he questioned Caesar as to when it will be and how long it will last. Caesar responded that some stakeholders have asked that the amnesty last 6 months, while others have lobbied for a period of 1 year. The Agriculture Minister said while regulations are complete, there are still some areas that need to be looked over. He said his ministry is operating under the simple principle that it does not advocate for any diversions into the illicit market. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next. Time for sports now. West Indies completed a comprehensive victory by 9 wickets in the one-off test against Afghanistan at the Ikana Cricket Stadium in Lucknow this morning. Having bowled out Afghanistan for 120 in the second innings, West Indies had a target of only 31, which they reached without much fuss to register a 9-wicket victory. The visitors took less than an hour to wrap up after Afghanistan resumed on 109 for 7. The hosts lasted just 43 balls, adding only 11 runs to their total, with West Indies skipper Jason Holder bagging all 3 remaining wickets. The first to go was Rashid Khan, who edged a delivery outside off Shane Dowridge and diving to his right. He was followed by Yamin Ahmadzai, who played down the wrong line and ended up losing his off stump. Holder then picked up his third as Afsar Zazai edged another impeccable outswinger into the safe gloves of Dowridge. He ended with second innings figures of 3 for 20 off his 6.2 overs. Needing 31 to win, West Indies then sped to 33 for 1 with a flurry of boundaries from openers Craig Brathwaite and John Campbell. It was Campbell who hit the winning runs, with West Indies chasing down the total in less than 7 overs. Rakeem Cornwall, with match figures of 10 for 121, which included 7 for 75 in the first innings and 3 for 46 in the second, was declared man of the match. And West Indies emerging players defeated Barbados Pride by 3 wickets under Duckworth-Lewis Stern in the first day and night semi-final of the Regional Super 50 Cup at Queen's Park yesterday. Barbados Pride sent into bat were bowled out for 119 off 31.2 overs. Zachary McCaskey top scored with 40, while Nicholas Curtin with 26 and Ashley Nurse on 25 contributed to the total. With overs reduced, emerging players then made 112 for 7 off 38.4 overs to secure victory. Joshua De Silva made 27, while Roland Cato ended on 25 not out. And that's Caribbean in 10. Join us this evening at 6:30, the Caribbean Newsline. Do have a good afternoon.